Van Helsing, the man behind the myth, the life and work of Abraham Van Helsing. In the fog-draped world of Gothic legend, one name stands between humanity and the night: Abraham Van Helsing. More than a vampire hunter, he was a scholar, a doctor, and a defender of the light. This is the animated storyboard of his origin, the man behind the myth. The scholar's study, a candlelit library. Dusty tomes float open. A portrait of a bearded man in a Victorian coat glows softly. Van Helsing in the shadowed corners of 19th century Europe, where science met superstition. One man stood between humanity and the horrors of the night: Abraham Van Helsing. Camera slowly zooms into the portrait. Pages flip to reveal diagrams of blood transfusions, hypnotic trances, and Latin incantations. The education of a hunter montage. Young Van Helsing in Amsterdam, studying anatomy, then in London, diagnosing patients. Finally, reading an ancient book titled De Monstris, a Dutch doctor, scientist and philosopher, Van Helsing mastered medicine and the unseen. He believed the supernatural was not myth, but another layer of reality. Quill scratches across parchment. A clock ticks. The camera lingers on his eye, sharp knowing. The call to Transylvania, a map of Europe unfurls. A red line traces from London to the Carpathian Mountains. Snow falls. Wolves howl in the distance. His most famous mission: the case of Count Dracula. When Lucy Westenra died in Rosagen, Van Helsing knew the truth. The map glows as the line pulses. Thunder cracks. A bat silhouette flits across the screen. The diagnosis: Van Helsing places garlic around Lucy's bed. She gasps in her sleep. He holds a crucifix. It steams against her skin. Using garlic, communion wafers, and his vast knowledge, he diagnosed the truth: vampirism, not madness, not disease, evil. Eerie whispers echo. The camera zooms into the crucifix, reflecting Van Helsing's determined face. The final pursuit: Van Helsing leads Jonathan Harker and Quincy Morris across misty hills. They track gypsies carrying a coffin. The sun sets behind jagged peaks. He led a team of brave souls to destroy the ancient vampire. Not for glory, for justice, for the living. Dramatic orchestral music swells. Footsteps crunch on frozen earth. The legend rises. Van Helsing stands atop a hill, silhouetted against the moon. His coat flaps in the wind. Below, the castle of Dracula burns, and in doing so, he became the world's first modern monster hunter. Not with magic, but with mind, courage, and compassion. The screen fades to a constellation forming in the sky. A man holding a stake and a book. Storyboard for copyright Van Helsing. Guardian of the Night animated series concept based on Bram Stoker's Dracula 1897. Educational and creative use.